Graduate with honors. We're here because you're looking for the best of the best of the best, sir.
Hey guys, welcome back to Red Hot Raids. This week we have just the 4 clans. And yeah, so for this week's raids we've got, I think it's 5 Town Hall 10 attacks. And then at the end of that, we've got just the 3 Town Hall 9s. What we were hoping to do this week was to do a small Discord session between myself and one of the guys from War Whales, Captain Awesome. Unfortunately, schedules, times are blown out. I'm already behind on schedule to get this out. So we're just going to go ahead with this and we'll go into the Discord next week. So I hope you guys enjoy and we'll get going. Okay, so first off the ranks, we've got an attack at Aussie Addicts, and this was one of my accounts, Bando81. You can see I'm just showing through the routine there, hit number 4 in the war, so it was a fresh hit 3-star, so 87k base, close to max. I don't really know exactly what it was missing bar heroes and walls, but you can see this is quite a common base. Structure through Titans League a long time ago. I did run this base there for a little bit myself in general play, and it did work quite well. But in these kinds of wars, you can sort of either go through the bottom layers or go through the middle layer, and you're quite successfully going to get through there. So you can see I held on to the Queen for as long as possible, hoping not to have to pop it. The healers were raged, but unfortunately I did have to blow that the Queen's ability. You can see the Hound and the Loon up the top there. I didn't actually zoom up to show that I used the 1 hog to draw them. So that comes out now, and you see I get the 2 golems, a few wizzies, and I've got a total of 5 witches, and I did have an extra 3 wall breakers. So you can see now, pretty good open up. I did use 1 hog on the side archer tower there, otherwise that would have chewed through those witches. So it was very nice to have that as a backup. Early freeze, that's just to hold on to that single. So, I mean, ultimately I could have started on the other side and gone into the multi first, but it did work. So you see now the Queen, she's got no ability. The King just used his, and it's just going to rip through midfield there. So I think it was 2 hogs left. I was hoping to get that cannon. For the same reason I used it versus the Archer Tower, and that was just to purely try to make sure I saved those witches. Pretty good raid all round, quite an enjoyable one, and yeah, I booked that quite early in the war to make sure I had a good go at it. A few minions to finish up, really for that kind of a base. And then you look at this near max base, it was a very easy raid. All the giant bombs in the middle there made no real difference. So the next attack we're going to go into is one of War Whales, and this was a Queen Walk, I think it was, with a lava loon tail. Now I haven't watched this too many times, so I'm going to be seeing a lot of it myself. Very, very behind schedule this week with getting these raids out, and we just had some dramas and all this kind of stuff. So you can see a lightning set in the middle there. That's going to leave Kayla with the 2 rages and the 1 heal. A lot of damage incoming on that Queen then, but that's worked well. It's only got the 2-point defences shooting now, whilst also the Hound and Loon are there. Not even maxed heroes, so 86k base. This is by no means a small feat. Some of the point defences look a bit low, so yeah, good so far. Wonder where he's going to use this King. So then now that's the 1 Inferno gone. All those point defences, that's almost half that base taken out with this Queen. All spells are gone. Still has the Queen ability though, which is important because as soon as he comes into the enemy Queen, it's going to be needed. Starts with a couple loons. It's really interesting seeing some of these raids, and I do try and watch them a few times before I get into record. It's just very pushed for time. This is going to get huge traction out of that Queen there. Down goes that extra air defense. It's just the 1 air defense left now, and hopefully that Inferno Tower will go down quickly. just missed it with the, there we go, not much left on the old Queenie, but she's going, so it's pretty surgical with the loons there. When you don't have any haste spells or anything like that, you've really got to be aware of where you're dropping and trying to have that tail to be able to cover the wizard towers at the end. So, few archer towers, two archer towers, sorry, one Tesla, one wizard tower left, and you see a couple of loons come down there to try to separate the attacking, but just so much left now. King's alive, full health. Queen's alive with the healers, full health. Lots of loons, lots of minions. Brilliant looking raid. Still one of the things I enjoy most of the game at the moment is Town Hall 10. There's just so much challenge involved with coming up with these kinds of raids. Next one we're going to go into is going to have a bit of sound. Just had dramas with getting the audio sorted from people that are recording. This is coming out from TheClashingDead, and it's an 85k. You can see it's a Town Hall 11 base, but unfortunately it's a bit of a low sort of point defences, and you can see he's worked this well. So this is Albert from TheClashingDead. He's the leader over there. He did have a second raid that I couldn't get on, just with the volume and the dramas there. So 3 loons and dragon in the clan castle. He holds on to his ability there pretty well. The poison did help versus that dragon, so he's done that well. And the queen, she's going to get in there. Only level 34 queen. She's going to get that ever powerful eagle, knock that out, and then he's going to be able to have a bit more fun. So it looks like he's got a bit of a go wee tail there. Only a couple of witches, and I think that'll be CC witches as well. So it's good timing on these to get this ground out. I try and find 2 minutes at the 2 minute marker of the raid. You want to make sure you're looking at your second part. So 3 point on the golems, lots of witches, lots of wizzies. I know he's only been Town Hall 10 for a little while, so you know wizards aren't max, the wall breakers aren't max, but look at the jump there. That's a 5 point jump, and that'll get him into midfield. Awesome looking rage there. That gets that core going, because that Inferno is going to be chewing away at those wizards. So he wants to get that down as early as possible to make sure he doesn't lose too many of his DPS wizards. This is one of those square bases with the you know, three levels. Just with these low point defences, it's a good raid. I mean, it's not the best design or anything like that, but the base still needs to be 3-starred. And in farm wars, everyone, you know, we all see them in all the wars we do in the different clans, and you've still got to knock them out and get the 3 stars on them. Generally, when you get these kinds of bases, you're getting queues where you might be behind Town Hall 10s by 3 or 4 bases, so getting the early 3 stars on these are awesome. He's just gone to 2-speed there. It's all over. Did lose a bit of the DPS at the end there. Maybe a couple of hogs or a couple of Tarloons might have been nice. The next raid we're going to go into is going to be another one from War Whales, and this is a Queen Walk from Captain Awesome, and I think he's got a Lava Loon tail. So I know he's been Town Hall 10 for a few months now. 77k base, and it's a good looking base, well designed. Anti-3, only the level 1 Infernos, trying to protect that queen in the middle. He's got the clan castle next to the queen, so definitely an anti-3. He's done a bit of hurting early, that's nice. The hogs are there to go out and get that clan castle lava hound. It's got the wizard archer extra, so down goes the poison. That's good to have. I'm definitely starting to prefer having that wizard a little bit more from some of the raids I've been doing lately with the clan castle. The good thing about those 2 hogs at the start there too from Captain Awesome was got the air defense down. So he's gone in with a earthquake set, and he's going to push that king, level 30 king, into that queen, probably just that touch too late on the king's rage. But a couple more hogs go down, starting his air element, so the queen, she's going to get that inferno down. Has to use the ability though, but that's going to keep the queen alive, healed up now. And he's got 1 rage, 1 haste, and 1 freeze. So down goes the freeze. He did miss the air defense to go with the inferno, but he got the inferno, which was the most important thing. So still a shite load of loons there. Lots of pups everywhere. Queen's got that king in the midfield there. She can't take that much longer. So that's nice. Those loons start to stack up now. So just enough legs to get through in the end for that wizard tower. Unfortunately, not enough to get through the archer tower and the mortar. But the queen, she's still up. She's still got her healers. That's all over Red Rover. Well done, Captain. The big 3 stars. Next one we're going to go into is From Above and Beyond. And what was this? This was a Town Hall 9 lava loon. So taking in the 2 lightnings, the 1 earthquake, and then some rage and haste to go. So this is snow. So it looks like it's a penta by the looks of it. You'd expect there would be a hound in the clan castle as well. The old Pentaloon, you do see it now, Pentahound. It's a good use of the royals there. That's the king going to get rid of the enemy queen. Gets down that archer tower as well. It's a pity that queen walked right into that CC there, because she'll get shot by that cannon. So maybe that's why he's gone in early on the hounds and loons. That'll help protect that queen. But nah, she's down. Hound sits up, it doesn't really matter what that's going to do now. Still got 3 movement spells to be able to use for the hounds and the loons. Down goes his 3rd hound. Still got 1 in the bag. Loons everywhere. Pups everywhere. Luckily that enemy CC hound isn't in the main fray, so you don't want that drawing the pups. Nice and patient with the deploys there, so that way it hasn't stacked up too much. Half a hound alive there. You see some pups start to get onto that enemy hound there, but it's all gone. And I do see on this recording it's into a bit of funny stuff. We're still teething and going through some issues with our recording, so you'll just have to forgive us for that. Next one we're showing is a Town Hall 9 Stoned Go Hog. So that's your 3 golems. This was Aussie Addicts. And you just see showing on the raid here, this was the Menace. He attacked it. It was midway through the war for the Town Hall 9s. All the low ones were already gone, so he had a crack. And you can see there he's only got level 2 golems, level 4 hogs, a level 3 queen. So he's only just been Town Hall 9 for under a month, and he's just starting to cruise along. So it's pretty brilliant attack in the war. Stone Go Hog, it's such a useful army. And he's used this quite well. So he knew where the bombs were, he knew what the CC, and that was the hound, and he's played that accordingly. The hound's really going to do very little damage wise to anything it locks onto. But he should get his rage down shortly. That's the first giant bomb. There's the rage. Once those wizards lock onto that with rage, it's just going to be dead in no time. So that's to pop his king. Max King, of course, for Town Hall 8. So he starts his hogs out there on the right, and they'll start moving up. You see he's still got his king alive on the left. He's still got a golem, and that's the Clan Castle golem running through midfield there. So that's almost down. But that's still, he's still got his king, he's still got his queen. The queen actually hasn't been hit at all. You just see how much tanking capacity is there. He's going to be walking up now to the second giant bomb set. And he trips one there with his bottom hog. And that just separates them. So really, really good pathing to work that out. Just enough hogs to get through. That clan castle golem still there. Just dies. And that's all you wrote. Queen's still alive, untouched. Level 3 queen. No ability. Absolutely smashed it. What made it more impressive was just the fact that he used the level 4 hogs. That's what he's got. Next raid is from Above and Beyond. And this is a Town Hall 9 Queen Walk with a Lava Loon tail. So this is Piercy. Piercy number 8 hitting number 17 in their war. So you can see still a couple of Town Hall 8 defences in the Wizard Towers. Piercy is out his king by the looks of it, upgrading that. So yeah, he's got a couple of Wizzies for clean up at the end. But that'll be 3 hounds, 17 loons, and lots of rage and hastes. My favourite. Outside Queen, it's just silly. It's funny, some of these bases you see in your farming wars, and sometimes it can sort of put you behind because you're fighting all these silly, easy bases, you knock them out. So the hound's down. He should be able to get 2 healers where he is there. Did have the arch tower shooting at him the entire time. Only the 1 point defence though, so got through all of that. Centre Expos locked onto the queen now. Out comes the enemy queen. Down goes the rage. That's going to help speed everything along for him. So yeah, down goes that second air defence. Hitting into a blower. But it looks like he's tailored that out and he's considered that and used the 2 haste to get the loons in nice and early. Then that rage through the middle. So the second blow is going to really play very minimal defence. And you see the queen, she's sort of walking around to the right hand side there. Heaps of loons. Heaps of hounds. Absolutely smashed it. Well done. That's a good raid, Piercy. Looks like that's all I've got, so I haven't managed to get the rest of the raids on there. Oh, this was the last one, 64 KRC. So, yeah, I hope you guys have had a bit of a laugh, had a bit of a look at the reel, and, yeah, have fun.
You got his eye from across the